is happy tied to that river. Yeah, that is the river. You know, the Nile River, we called it the Happy Valley, you know, Happy River. You know, if you know anything about the 99 Nectar, which I'm sure you do, that's one of the water deities within the 99 Nectar. It's only three water deities in the 99 Nectar. It's Happy, Anquet, and Anti. Them the only three. The eight Agduad, those are primordial beings. They're not water deities. They live in the water. You follow? Those beings lived in the water. This is where your mermaids come from. This is where all serpent-like creatures come out of the water. And whether you can accept it or not, there's a third of you that has that serpent blood. There's a third of you that has mammalian blood. And then it's a third of you that don't got serpent blood or reptilian blood or mammalian blood. It has a spirit force that is referred to as who, right? Which is the creative force of will. So you see how I just flipped the variant on that? From the mother and the father, and the one third is not the mother and the father, that's you. And then I layered it over uh, the animal kingdom, because that's what you're being subtly walked through when you start dealing with these beings, right? Because they were quite articulate and they like to use metaphor and simile and be very poetic with their knowledge. The same way that you see the brothers and sisters that like to rap today. They're very poetic and metamorphic and use a lot of similes and analogies in their verbiage. We've always been like that. That's in your genetics to be that way. It's in your genetics. You have to honor your genetics. So when you see me with something like this on, you said Kendrick Lamar's, yeah. Yeah. So is Rakim Allah. Shouts out to Rakim. He named himself Rakim. Ra, the deity of the sun, and Kim for the Kemites. That's what Rakim. That's the God, right? But everybody is very articulate. You know, we all come from the Happy Valley culture, Happy Nile Valley culture, right? Ganawa, the river horse, which is the hippopotamus. TAWARET. They took TAWARET and turned her into a theory. Therios. Tyrios. When you look on the Dendera, you look in the center in the temple of Etfu, there's Taweret. It's a hippopotamus with an alligator on his back, right? What that's showing you is that one third, the mother is the mammal, the father was the crocodile, right? Or vice versa. But what it's really showing you is that the brain has a reptilian portion and it has a mammalian portion as well. And those beings see you as their progeny. And if you split the brain down the center, right in the center there, they got a center called the hippocampus area. Think that's a coincidence? Then the hippocampus ties to the hippo or Taweret, who is the 57th Netaru. And on the left side of your brain, you got 5 occult nerves. And on the right side of your brain, you got 7 occult nerves. That's nothing but alignment. I can't make that up. 5 plus 7 to give you 12. And they exacted 12 constellations on a 23-degree axis of your northern hemisphere of your sky, right? It shows up as those constellations. I'm not saying that it's them the only constellations up there, but based on our sun's orbit or magnetic, the gravitational pull of Polaris on our solar system, we're able to see those constellations that way. That gives you a sense of north. They call that true north. They call that the North Star. You follow? And these beings were astronomers. That's why when you hold in a pyramid, right, and you see the sky go over the point of the pyramid, that's the cursor to know exactly where in the heavens you are moving. Because your whole solar system, it takes about 26,000 years to make a complete circumference around the Milky Way galaxy. Do not confuse the Milky Way galaxy with the universe. Those are two different things. You follow? But all of these edicts were left behind by the ancient Comedians